welcome into the Functional Idiots podcast, where we say stupid shit and we really don't care. My name is Cole, and I'm here with Dylan.
Poop.
What?
I just said poop.
All I heard was oop, and so I
poop.
Yeah.
Poop.
Yeah. So if you don't like shit
really
jokes,
living up to the saying stupid shit.
Yeah.
Literally.
fuck out of here, Dylan. Nobody wants your bullshit. So, this week, if you are a normal listener, we are doing a different format this week. Don't worry, we're still doing porn star birthdays, so all you horny bastards out there can get some new content there. But we're not doing our normal, like, dumbassery report per se, with stories and shit, with stories and stuff, like the GTA server, also known as the state of Florida. We got nothing on there. No My Strange Addiction thing this week, but I think we'll do okay. So, right now right today is May 19th, and there is one game left in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks. Earlier this week, Dallas beat Colorado, I think 2 days before we're recording this. Rangers beat the Hurricanes, and the Florida Panthers beat the Boston Bruins, which was fan-fucking-tastic. Fuck Boston. So, Florida and the Rangers are going to play for the Eastern Conference Finals, and then Dallas is waiting to see who wins in Game 7, which is going to be be played the day this goes up, May 20th, between Vancouver and Edmonton. Dallas is waiting to see who they're going to play in that for the Western Conference Finals. And I got to say, if you don't like playoff hockey, I can't help you, right? So Dallas was ahead against Colorado 3-1 in the series going into Game 5 in Dallas, and Colorado won that game. So then they go, now we go to Game 6. Dallas, heading series 3-2. They can close it out in Game 6, but they got to play in Colorado. And they go to, and Dallas won not once but twice in that game because their first game-winning goal in overtime was called back for goalie interference. So they said, "All right, fine, fucker." In the second overtime, Dallas went down and scored in the second overtime to eliminate the Avalanche. So, I mean, the bitches is I would have loved to watch that game, but the thing didn't start till like 10. Are you shitting me? Double overtime? That fucker didn't get over till like 2 a.m. on the East Coast. I ain't got time for that shit, man. You gotta make them games start earlier. 8 o'clock won't cut it. So, but it is what it is, But, well, I'll at least stumble a little bit harder here. Maybe I'll finally spit it out what I'm trying. The Stanley Cup playoffs, I would say, is probably the hardest championship to win in all of sports, just because of everything it takes. It takes to do it. Like in the NBA, they're the same format mostly as the NHL of 4 rounds. You got to win. They're all best of 7. But you can have like one guy who kind of just like pops off in a game and gets like 50 points and or like 50, 60 points and like win the game for you essentially. Where like in the NHL, you can't really do that. If you need your goalie to play well, but not just one player can just pop off because, well, he's not out there for 55 fucking minutes. He's only out there for maybe 23 to 24 minutes of the whole 60-minute game if it doesn't go to overtime. So it's definitely more of a team sport, and momentum in hockey can change like that from just either like a big hit, a penalty kill, a power play goal, a big save, whatever it is. Where in the NBA, it's just kind of like put both teams at 100 points, play the last 2 minutes. Let's save us all the trouble. And then the NFL, obviously, you could fucking skip games and shit because you win your division or win the whatever the fuck. But speaking of the NFL, Dylan, it is a great day to be a Lions fan, isn't it? Or a great week to be a Lions fan.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We got our schedule, and Goff's boner came in. And by what I mean by that is Lions gave him a pretty big payday.
Biggest payday in Lions history.
Yes. 200 and what?
Well,
12
okay,
million,
so
I
hold on.
think?
We're going to stop right there. I saw that, like, it's the biggest payday in Lions. Of course it is. Every fucking contract for quarterbacks these days is the biggest in team history. It's called inflation, dumb fucks.
Yeah.
Of course it's the biggest. Jesus.
Also, if you're not paying attention to like the Lions rookie camp and stuff, Perion Arnold is gonna be a beast this year. He's gonna be fucking. Oh my god, he's gonna be so much fun to watch.
So I didn't see. What did they? How would you say Goff was 200 and what million?
I think 212 million with for sure 170 million guaranteed
Okay, so how many
for 4 years.
4 years. Okay, I would say. So that's not. So that's like what 60 some odd million a year then.
Yep.
Okay.
No, it's 53 million.
53. Oh, 212. Okay, I thought you said 220 something. Okay, yeah, I guess. I mean, like we said, I think 2 episodes ago, it was kind of inevitable because he had 1 year left, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's
so.
not. This isn't the first year of his contract. This is the last year of this previous contract. So we got him for another 5 years, basically, if he played it all the way out, and we kept him the whole contract.
Which he honestly will, because, well, if we take a look at, I guess just some basic stats, he hasn't really thrown interceptions except for maybe the first year he was in Detroit. Last 2 years, fucking, he got what, 1 interception? What? No, 4 interceptions in 2022, and then I think he had like only 9 this past year, which is still very good. And then let's see, hardly he's ever injured. I don't think he's ever been out a game except for maybe 1, and that was just to double check he didn't get hurt.
Yeah. Well, to go in the interception thing, didn't he go like the first 6 games this past year without throwing a pick or something like that?
I think that might have been last year.
Or was it last year? Okay. I remember it was like something ridiculous where it's like, holy Christ, didn't throw a fucking pick? Hell yeah. Here's all the money. Here's all the money. Back up the Brinks truck. Here it is.
Goff, he may not be like the most accurate, but he ain't throwing picks, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think, like you said, I think we said like 2 or 3 weeks ago, this was kind of expected because the whole offense in the NFL these days it's all centered around the quarterback. And so you have to pick your quarterback and then you mold the offense around him. And if you have these stupid ass teams, Bears, we're looking at you, who change their fucking offense or the quarterback every 3 minutes. It's like, of course you ain't got to have fucking offense, you retards. You have to start over every time you get a new quarterback.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I am excited for the Bears. Not as a Lions fan, but as just like a football fan in general. But here's your guys' issue. It's the coaching. It's all the staff, everything. Everything has to go there. It's not your players. Justin Fields was an okay quarterback. But the fact that you guys didn't let him play on his strength, rushing.
I was gonna say the dude was like, the dude was like the store brand of like Lamar Jackson, but they would never use it. Like, let the boy run.
Yeah, like, dude, come on, fucking A. But yeah, let's see. Jared Goff got his extension. Penei Sewell got his extension. Amon-Ra St. Brown got his extension. All got pretty fat loot. And then they just extended Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes.
Okay, so who didn't get a contract extension then? You don't need to answer that.
People that didn't. Yeah, they're
I know who didn't.
Nobody got their extensions.
I know who didn't,
except for the rookies.
I know who didn't get one. Matt Patricia.
Who?
Oh.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
That fucking guy. That fucking guy.
So looking at the Lions' schedule for next year, the first game.
I have my predictions.
Okay, well their first game is against Matthew Stafford again.
The Rams.
At Ford Field on Sunday Night Football.
Yes.
I don't know how I mean, it's hard to say now what a team is gonna be. Going into the year, we all thought that Green Bay was gonna be terrible, and then in the Thanksgiving game, Jordan Love realized, oh, I'm a fucking starting quarterback for the Packers. Maybe I should fucking do something. We're all just like, couldn't you have started that shit a week later, asshole, dick? Yeah. But last year the Lions went 12-5. I mean 13-4. So looking at it, they play the Rams, Bucks, Cardinals, Seahawks before they have their first bye week. So they play 4 games, and then they're like the first team to get a bye week. I hate when they do that shit. So Rams, Bucks, Cards, and Seahawks.
So
let's start with that.
I'll give you my last year prediction. Hold on, my last year prediction was 12-5. And I'm not going to go through each team win and loss. I was pretty accurate on most of them.
Well, you said 12-5.
Game.
You said 12-5, but they actually went 13-4.
Yes, they went 13-4.
We don't care what the stats said.
About that.
The stats are wrong. They're fucking 13-4. God damn it.
So the first 4 games for this year's schedule is going to be interesting, except for maybe the Cardinals, because it's the fucking Cardinals.
Well,
but
the Seahawks, they didn't make the playoffs last year, right? Or did they? I can't remember.
No, I can't.
But they were like they were like right there though. Well, hell, if I just click on the standings thing, yeah, they were like right there. They were 1 game out, I guess, 1 game back, I guess you could call it, or something. So
yeah,
they were on the cusp of making the playoffs.
Cardinals, but
yeah, they were on the cusp of making the playoffs. Of course, now they're gonna have a new head coach because Pete Carroll's out. So arguably, 3 out of the first 4 games are all playoff contending teams with the Rams, Bucks, and Seahawks. Cardinals, yeah, right. But then week 5, after the bye week, they play not America's team, because the Lions are now America's team. Fuck you, Cowboys. No, your play is trash.
No, hey, don't even, no, you don't even get to call them by their original, the Cowgirls, all right? Fuck them, motherfucker.
Yeah, you got Dak Preschool as your quarterback. But obviously the Cowboys
and Jerry Jones is your owner and GM. Good luck.
Yeah, and okay, so but obviously, Mike McCarthy's your head coach.
Every year, every year it heals my soul to see all the Cowgirls fans go, we them boys, we're gonna make it this year, and then they fucking lose in the first round.
Yeah, and then the playoffs roll around, and then they turn
into my soul every time.
Yeah, and then the playoffs roll around, and they turn into other. My favorite thing, it doesn't happen often because I swear to God, the fucking NFL always gives the Cowboys weak ass opponents on Thanksgiving. My favorite thing is if the Cowboys lose on Thanksgiving, they show the shot of Jerry Jones and his fucking suite. He's just sitting there all pouty and pissed off. Oh, I fucking love that. Love that. Could fucking jerk off to that shit. It's my favorite. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. So then, okay, so after they play the Cowboys, they play the Vikings, which they have a new quarterback now because they got rid of Kirk Cousins didn't get rid of, they didn't sign him for no reason. Arguably, Vikings are probably going to be in contention for the playoffs.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say because we don't know what that new quarterback's going to be like.
So yeah, JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
But like 2 years ago, I said the Vikings only went to the playoffs because they got lucky. They got very, very lucky, and then last year really showed like. Yeah, they're not as good as what everybody thought they were.
It showed you how much Kirk Cousins was carrying that team because they were doing good until he got hurt. After that, utter dog shit. I
think so. Basically, for like division talk, the Lions and the Packers are definitely going to be the 2 contenders.
Oh yeah, and then the North.
I think the Bears are going to come in 3rd, and then maybe the Vikings in last. But I think the Vikings and Bears might tie. Only because they both have new quarterbacks, so they got to see how they play and shit like that, and so.
Yeah. So after the Vikings, they play the Titans, which, who knows? I don't even know. I don't even know if they know who their fucking starting quarterback is because they didn't even know who the fuck that shit was every game last year. Then they play on November 3rd. They play the Packers, which will be a big game. That one's in Lambeau. Then after that, they play the Texans, Jaguars, and then they play the Bears on Thanksgiving.
How old is this motherfucker?
Boy, Thanksgiving's late.
Because it's Will Levy's.
Thanksgiving late as shit this year. It's fucking November 28th. Hot damn. Then after that, they play the Packers again. Then they play the Bills. Then they play the Bears again. And then the 49ers. And then they finish up the regular season against the Vikings at home. So,
like they did last year.
Yes. Well, no. Well, it wasn't at home last year. I thought it was on the road.
Oh, yeah. It was on the road because the Vikings were all white.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last play of the game basically was a pick. So, okay. So looking at their schedule overall, 17-game schedule. Probably last year. I'm sure next year will go to 18 games, it sounds like. What do you think the lines are going to be? Because, I mean, I wouldn't say they have an easy schedule. We presume the Packers, because the Packers came on pretty good last year.
11-6.
You say 11-6?
Yep.
Okay, so who do you think they're going to lose to? Or are you just pulling out a number out of your ass?
Okay, no, I have, so every year I take a screenshot of their schedule, and then I go through and mark, like, what I think they're going to win and lose.
Okay.
So
do you use a coin?
You heard it here, folks. Get your Vegas bets ready. No,
That's right.
I'm not playing.
That's right. But if you have any winnings, we get a cut 30%.
So, week 1 against the Rams, I have them winning. The Bucks, I'm just going to go in order. I'm not going to say the week.
That's fine.
The Bucks win, Cardinals win, Seahawks win. So, obviously, the first 4 games are going to be wins.
So, rolling into the bye week, you got them 4-0.
Yes.
Okay.
After the bye week, they're going to lose against Dallas because they're going to fucking cheat. Minnesota, they're going to lose. Titans, they're going to win. Green Bay, they're going to lose. The Texans, they're going to lose. Jaguars, they're going to win. Colts, they're going to win. The Bears, they're going to win. Packers, they're going to win.
So you're saying
Bills,
they're actually hold on. So you're actually going to say they're going to fucking win on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
What kind of sorcery?
Yes, I am.
What kind of sorcery is this shit? That's not allowed.
The Bills, they're going to win. Against the Bears, the second time they might lose. I say they're going to lose. San Francisco, they're going to lose. And then the Vikings are going to win. So I have them splitting with the division. They're going to win one and lose one with each. I do that every year just to be safe because, unless I know they're going to suck like the Bears.
Dylan's big gambler here.
So, but for sure, the ones that I do feel very confident in them not winning is against the Texans and San Francisco.
Okay. So you say 11-6 overall. Probably that'd be fighting for first in the NFC North.
Yes.
So do you think they take first or second? Well, we know
they're going to be division. They're going to hold the division title again.
You think you're going to hold it again?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we know the Packers, Lions, and Vikings. We know what 7 out of their 8 games are going to be, or what? Yeah, we know what 8 of their games are going to be like for each one. So we know what half their schedule is.
I'm going to look on their Instagram. I know they're going to post it. They're there. They had the schedule. Jesus Christ, they're first in the Jaguars too. Holy shit. Let's see. They got the Eagles week 1. Youch.
Who does? The Packers?
Yeah. So this is a Packers schedule.
Well, okay, so I'm going to go right now, and I'm probably going to piss off everybody. The Philadelphia Eagles offense was actual utter dog shit. It was just they were playing weak ass opponents, and so it made them look good. But as soon as they played anyone difficult, folded over like a piece of paper. Their offense was like high school level bullshit, dude. It was terrible. And I don't think Jalen Hurts is as good as a quarterback as what people say he is. I'm just saying right now. And is it just me, or when he wears the eye black and he has his helmet on, it looks like he's crying? Does it not?
I don't notice that.
Look up a picture of him right now, okay? If he can have a helmet on and his eye black, it looks like he's fucking crying. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. He does. It looks like he just had a Lombardi trophy stolen from him that he thought he was entitled to, and he's fucking having a tantrum over it. I don't know if they'll have a good picture of it, but yeah, it looks like he's bawling his motherfucking eyes out, like the baby back bitch he is.
Yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from.
You know, it does. It looks like he's fucking crying.
But so, who is it? Yeah, we can go over this too. The Herd, with Colin Cowherd. Yeah. He posted, Goff isn't as bad as what people or Jared Goff is better than you think, right? So there's 9 pitchers. So Jared Goff is getting compared to these other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So he said that Jared Goff is better than Joe Burrow, which I 100% agree with.
Okay.
Jared Goff is better than Dak Preschool, which I 100% agree with.
Well, yeah.
Jared Goff is better than Jalen Hurts. I wouldn't go maybe not that far. And if he is, he's it's due to his offensive line. But I don't really pay attention to Eagles fucking football unless they're in the playoffs. so I don't really give a shit. Now this one I do have a problem with. He says that Justin Herbert is better than Jared Goff. Absolutely not. Take that shit down.
He's Chargers QB, right?
Yes.
Okay. I get him and Trevor Lawrence mixed up.
No, maybe after this year, after Jim Harbaugh gets his little claws in him. Okay.
I think I think Herbert is better than what he is. He just has dog shit around him. I mean, but if he can get out there and start balling, that fucker can ball, dude.
Yeah.
If he can get,
I'm not saying he can't. He hasn't done enough to where he can be classified better than Goff.
Right.
Goff is a very good quarterback.
Right, but also what has he had to work with? So this will be a good telling year now with Harbaugh running the Chargers or head coach of the Chargers. So this will be a good telling year if Herbert's as good as because I think he's in the top half of quarterbacks in the league, I'd say. It's just he hasn't it was like when during when the Lions went 0-16. Who the fuck you got to work with here? Not a goddamn thing. Of course you're going to go 0-16. You're trash, you know?
Right. He says that Jared Goff is better than Jordan Love.
I would say if
last year, yes. For last year, yes. But this year, I would even say the last part of last year, Jordan Love
Thanksgiving
really put out. Dude.
Yeah, Thanksgiving on is when. Yeah, exactly. If the Packers can make him turn into more of the Aaron Rodgers bullshit, then I would say he's probably going to be a better QB than Goff. Because also if you look at it, Goff's what, almost 30 or close to it.
Yeah.
Love is only like what, low mid 20s, so he's got a lot.
I think he's like 24.
Yeah, so he's got a lot longer runway to. A lot higher ceiling for skill cap. Where Goff is probably at his best ball right now, playing his best ball.
Yeah. I would say right now that they're equal. I don't think either one's better than another until next year. Next year will be the tell of the two, which is going to be interesting.
I agree.
He said that Jared Goff is better than Brock Purdy, which I only give on a technicality because Brock Purdy has no experience. Little to no experience.
I don't know. He led a fucking team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but then he lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I don't think that was his. No, that wasn't his fault. Yeah. That was because his defense went. Take your head, sir. Take your head, sir. Take your head, sir.
Who was it? I think. It was the fucking Bengals, dude. They did like a bunch of SpongeBob memes. Fucking hilarious. They called the Steelers Weenie Hut Juniors. He says that Lamar Jackson is better than Jared Goff, which obviously we got our asses handed to us last year.
Yeah, if they can let Lamar do Lamar things. I feel like a problem with the Ravens is they're inconsistent about letting Lamar, like some games they'll let him fucking go, and he'll be, like Patrick Mahomes bullshit. And in other games, it's like they put him on a real short leash. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of times it's like it's kind of the same thing with Justin Fields. Justin Fields was told that he's a quarterback, not a running back, so he needs to start throwing the ball more. And it's like, well, if you only have fucking DJ Moore out there, what the fuck are you going to work with? But now they have like Austin Eckler, DJ Moore, and then they just drafted a new wide receiver. So, I mean, not too bad.
Yeah.
He said that Jared Goff is better than Kirk Cousins. Yes, he is.
I would say that.
Now, this last one.
Especially
he says
since
that
Jared
Matthew
Goff...
Stafford is better than Jared Goff. I have an issue with that. I have a huge issue with that. Hey,
Goff led
Goff
led the Rams to the Super Bowl and lost, but Stafford led them to the Super Bowl and won. So, under those circumstances, that means Stafford's a better quarterback. Fucking shut up. I think they are equal as you could get.
Huh?
I think they're as equal as you could get.
I would say Goff has the edge. Only because this is only because Matthew Stafford has been hurt many times, hurt his back twice, okay? And I'm not saying Matthew Stafford's washed up. He's not yet, but he's older. Now, if we were to take Matthew Stafford in 2016, the same year that Goff was drafted, but let's say Goff is now, what he is now, Matthew Stafford would be a hell of a lot better than Jared Goff. Just because Matthew Stafford is that dude.
Yeah.
In some instances. Nowadays, no, I have to take Jared Goff over Matthew Stafford.
I would say the reason I say they're even is because it depends on the situation that they're in. I think one of the best quarterbacks when it comes down to a 2-minute drill is Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, if I had to pick a quarterback and it's like you're at the 2-minute warning, you're down by 6, so you need a touchdown to tie and an extra point to win, I would take Matthew Stafford all day, every day, twice on Sundays, without hesitation. I think I would agree with you that Goff would probably would have a slight advantage because he's younger.
Yeah, but the other thing too is Goff has proven 2 or 3 times, especially last year, I think, during that he can run 2-minute drills with the best of the best.
Yeah.
Getting down, and I mean, like, they had like 2 minutes and some odd seconds, and 58 seconds he got him down, and we scored a touchdown. That's impressive as shit to get, and then I think we won. I don't remember who we were playing. I think it was like 58 seconds, something like that. But that is quite impressive. But yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited for the rematch. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. so all right. Let's move on. So, next thing I have on here is says back to the kitchen. So, I don't know if you've seen stuff going around of what the Kansas City Chiefs' kicker Butker said, or any of the shit that's been surrounding him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
So, if you don't know, he went and spoke at a Catholic college in Kansas City somewhere. I don't remember exactly what the college was. And it was like, for all the graduating seniors and all that shit, they always bring in commencement speakers and blah, 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 all that bullshit, right? Well, one of the comments he made during the speech was basically, I'm sure a lot of you, mostly being focused towards, this comment towards women, are excited to start your careers in whatever field that is. But I'm sure a lot of you are also going to be looking forward to starting a family and being the basically the stay-at-home person. And everybody lost their fucking mind over that. Because of basically, oh, that's sexy. He's telling women they gotta stay at the house. They can't go out and work and do careers. Oh my God, what a sexist pig. And blah, blah. It's like, fucking stop. Would you fucking stop? Okay? He said in his comments, I'm sure a lot of you would like to go start your careers in whatever field it is, right? But a lot of you would also would like to stay at home and start a family. Okay, that is all. That is it's his belief. You know, he said in there his wife stays at home and takes care of the kids. Now he's in a special situation that works in the NFL, so he gets paid a lot of money. But it's like it's just their belief. That's part of the Catholic belief. Fucking settle the hell down.
Say that. I wouldn't even say that. Quote, would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world, unquote. Now, the reason why I say it's not even on a belief system is if I were to talk to Brianna and, you know, well, let's get confirmation right now. Brianna! She has the headphones in.
Hey,
hold on.
Bitch, listen to me.
I gotta throw something at her.
Oh, okay. Per usual.
What are you excited about most in our future? Like to do and stuff like that.
Get the fuck away from you.
Shut the fuck up. What are you like 2 biggest goals?
Get some dick.
Okay, and
hookers and cocaine.
Oh, not have kids?
Oh yeah, and have kids.
So she just said the biggest goal, number 1, is getting married.
Okay. And then number 2.
So that's what she looks for.
And then number 2 is hookers and cocaine.
Number 2 is moving up north and having kids. So
so no hookers and cocaine.
Obviously not.
What the hell? We got to get our priorities fixed.
I'm gonna.
I don't see what the big deal is over it, though. It's not like he told them, if you aren't staying at home and taking care of the family, you're not a true Catholic. Give me a fucking break. You know what's funny? Now, if you haven't figured out, if you listen to multiple episodes of this, I think conservative when it comes to politics, right? Now, Bill Maher, who has his own show, I think, on HBO, he is a Democrat, but I respect him as a Democrat because a lot of Democrats and liberals I don't respect because they just blindly say and follow whatever they're told, i.e. the thing of the sheep, you know. But I respect Bill Maher because he will call out the Democrats on their bullshit about what they're doing, like how this is like, what are you doing? You fucking idiots! You are whatever, you know. You're not doing this right. You're doing this wrong. Why are you doing this? Whatever. Well, he came out in defense of Butker and said, what's the big deal? It's not like he told them that. And the example he gave is like, you have all these people on college campuses protesting against Israel. So they're pro-Hamas, i.e. pro-terrorist, in my opinion. But if you actually do what Hamas wants, the women have to stay at home and take care of the family if you are in Palestine. So it's like it's fine if they do it, and Palestinians do it. But if we just have the idea of that here in America, if we have the idea of that here in America, fucking string him up by his nuts, fucking sexist whore. What's the? I don't get it. It's just because they're uninformed. That's what it is. They're just uninformed. That's what it comes down to.
So the same issue you have with Democrats, I have with both sets of parties.
Oh, I'm not saying conservatives. I'll call out. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, no, like I think both sides have like their sheep moments. Like, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I also don't think like if it's somebody's faith, you know, they believe in what they believe in, whatever, like, I'm not going to do that. Like, if you're part of the LGBTQ community, now, I do joke around in it. I don't know if I should say it. They might come after me. So, but, you know, they make their choices. I don't care who you love, as long as it's not a kid. And that's like my huge issue is like a lot of people are like, well, they're taking their kids to drag shows and shit. It's like I can't stop them. You can't stop them. As long as they're not hurting nobody, what does it matter if they see a dude dressed up as a lady? I guess. Now, I wouldn't personally take my own kids to that, but that's just me.
I sure as shit wouldn't. I think it also depends on what's going on at the drag show. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think where I stand when it comes to the drag show is that I don't necessarily. I have a problem with how they orchestrate the drag shows, but that's a whole different story. But if a parent, if a mom and a dad, or in this world, two dads and two moms want to take. Or two unidentifieds, whatever, want to take their little Jonathan, Timmy, Catherine, questionable child or whatever to a drag show, that's, whatever, more power to them. I just, but you see the stories when schools bring in drag shows, then I have a problem with it. Because now unless you give out written, you get the form, it says, do you give consent for your child to go watch this demented man dress up as a woman and perform, and you sign yes or no, then I'm fine with it. But just schools doing it, then I got a problem with it. That's what I have a problem with it. Right. Like, why don't you guys teach these fuckers how to count, because they're in 5th grade and they don't know how to bring in the proper amount of lunch money every day. Okay, so teach them how to count so they could go teach their parents how to fucking count, so then they can bring in the proper amount of lunch money every day. How about that?
I think another issue I had with some people was like, they're like, we shouldn't let our schools teach sex education. And yet we do. And we have been for I don't know how many years. But the thing is like, I think 7th, 8th grade, you get like a little bit of a lecture. 9th grade, when you hit high school, that's when you actually learn sex education.
Yeah, I agree. Because when you get to the point where you can just crank it up on your own, probably should have a little bit of a talk,
Yeah, like... And, no disrespect to anybody and how they believe, but I don't see many parents sitting down with their kids going like, okay, we got to talk about the birds and the bees. We're going to talk about you touching your little Willie down there.
Your little tallywhacker,
But, and my mom and dad told me, if I had questions about anything... Are you trying to have sex with me? Yeah, are you trying to have sex with me? My mom and dad were like, hey, if you have any questions, feel free to come to us. But, if you, you got the internet.
Whoa, I am not doing that. Oh, COME. Okay, never mind.
Yes. But, like, it's almost like, I don't think you need to have, like, sex education as in the fact, like, oh, we got to bring in a drag show and shit like that. No. You can talk about it. Talk about the LGBTQ. Talk about, like, hey, there's certain things that people, that a man and a man can, fuck if they want. It's not that big a deal. Okay, if you want to put it in your stinker, put it in your stinker. I don't give a shit. Like I said this in high school. If you want to go and marry a fucking cactus because that's just how you roll,
you like pricks?
I guess go ahead, man.
Yeah.
I fucking guess.
Yeah, you like pricks, but you don't have enough money to marry somebody with a Porsche or a BMW, so cactus is your next best option? Okay, then go for that,
But
I think when it comes to like the sex ed, because when did we get sex ed? Did you move over to here? Or did you when we had it, or no? I don't remember when, because I remember it was middle school.
Yeah. I got traumatized in 5th grade.
Okay. We didn't have it in 5th grade.
Well, it was like a tiny lecture. It was like more like, all right, you have a penis and they have a vagina.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
It was a tiny lecture of, yes, we caught Johnny in the girls' bathroom, so we need to talk about how that's not okay. But then little Johnny's like, I identify as a girl. Okay, we're going to talk about why that's okay now.
Yeah, oh my God. Don't even get me started.
So I think it was 8th grade when we had it.
I think it was 7th grade, actually, because we had it in the garage, right?
No, I didn't. No, it was in a classroom. I had it in a classroom, in a regular classroom.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was like during the literacy block thing, they called it. Because it was with the health teacher who was a nice drink of water themselves. because the health teacher was the sister to who was our high school history teacher.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to that, you should, I think for sex ed, it should come, you shouldn't go like completely break it down like, okay, we're going to bring in a cadaver who donated his penis to science, you know, and you know, cut it like, dissect that shit, you know, but I also think it shouldn't go into, you should just give the facts. Don't give your feelings. Don't talk about how it's, you know, bring up that it's fine to do this, fine to, you know, for two guys to go, you know, give each other butt plugs with their own penises and shit like that, you know, but just give, okay, this is the point of sex, okay? One's pleasure. Two, actually accomplish something, which is, you know, the whole point of it. Well, the secondary point of it. The main point of it, like I said, pleasure, but the secondary point of it. That's where I think it should just be focused on that. It shouldn't branch out, because then you're getting away from the purpose of it. The purpose of it is basically to teach you, don't stick your dick in something without knowing what it is. That's what it's coming. That's what it comes down to. Okay, that's how you have these high schoolers who are fucking 16 and working on their 8th child. You know, that's the problem.
I just like this quote by him, not the deadly sin sort of pride that has an entire month dedicated to it, but the God-centered pride that is cooperating with the Holy Ghost, unquote. The issue I take part in this, and it's actually religion as a whole, I'm not going to lie. Or I should say Christianity as a whole. So Catholicism, you know, Lutheranism, whatever. In the Bible, it says to love thy neighbor. Except if that neighbor is gay, different than you, a woman, whatever. Like anybody but a white dude.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, right.
That's
woman,
what
gay,
I take an issue with.
Black, you know.
and I told my coworkers this because they're more so conservative. Except for one of them, he's a little. Well, we'll just get past it, but
just trying to fuck.
My thing is not with gay people. I could honestly give a shit less about if you're gay or not. I don't care. And that's the thing. I don't care. I really don't. You live your life. I live my life. If you're cool, I'm going to be cool with you. It's not that big of a deal. Respect me. I respect you. That's just how it is. What I have an issue with is if they make it their whole personality. Like, yes. They're just a boring person, but they're just like, oh, I'm gay. Okay, that's nice, but who? Like, I want to know who you are. Yeah, like, what kind of person are you? I'm just gay.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't have a problem with gay people, whether gay, lesbian, whatever it is. It just fucking act normal, okay? If I look, okay, there's 10 motherfuckers lined up, right? And I can pick out the gay guy, that's a problem, all right? If you're the one walking around like Elton John on the daily, that's a problem, okay? Just fucking act normal, can't you? For Christ's sakes. You don't need to get this whole fucking glitter satire to go get milk from the fucking grocery store, all right?
But the other thing is like if you look like a female, you like act like a female or whatever, and you dress like a female, whatever, and I come up to you and I go, "Excuse me, ma'am," and you look at me and you're like, "Actually, I'm a dude," and you're like a dick about it, then I'm gonna get pissed.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna like, all right, ma'am, you need to calm down.
I'm gonna give you what you want.
I'm intentionally gonna piss you off.
I'm gonna give you what you want, which is a cold cock, because I'm gonna cold cock your ass.
But you know, if they're like, oh no, you know, I know you don't know this because you don't know me, but I actually am a guy. Oh, okay, whatever, dude.
Yeah, right.
Cool. I'll respect you for respectfully telling me that. You know, that's what you identify as.
Yeah. Okay, so since we're already going down this train, fuck it. Let's go on and say, all right. If we've already gone down this fucking rabbit. Okay, if you dress like a girl, talk like a girl, look like a girl, but you have a fucking schlong down there, your ass goes in the men's room. All right. I don't give a goddamn what you feel like. You got a schlong. You got fucking tallywhacker and some bits. Sausage and berries, your shit goes in the men's room, all right?
I 100% agree with. Or like I know some companies are doing like the non-gender thing.
Unisex. And unisex bathroom. You don't go in what you feel like. You go in what you're packing down there, all right?
Listen, if you act like a girl, whatever, look like a girl, sound like a girl, but you have a ding-dong, go into the men's bathroom or the unisex bathroom because they only usually have like one toilet in there. So But that's the thing. Because, that was the issue. Like, the big issue Target was having was they were getting perverts claiming they identify as a woman going to the ladies' bathroom and taking pictures of people.
Yeah, then they're like fucking Quagmire hanging from the ceiling. Like,
And they're going to be like, well, are you going to actively check for that?
Yeah, we're gonna get minimum wage Stephanie here to go into the bath. Can you pull down your pants and see what you're packing so I can tell you what bathroom to go in? Come on now.
But I 100% agree with that. Like if you're packing a cannon, go into the cannon room, all right? Holy shit.
If you're packing heat,
until you get that shit lopped off. When you get that shit lopped off and you're peeing out of a fucking hole, then enjoy that woman's
Technically,
bathroom.
we're all peeing out of holes.
You're right. Sorry. If you're peeing out of a roast beef sandwich, then go ahead and go into that woman's bathroom.
If you're peeing out of a vertical slit.
The vertical smile.
Yeah.
As they call it. But, yeah, there's just... and I've said this before, like... the problem I've had with both parties is the Democrats want too much change too fast, and what I mean by that is not like I feel like gay marriage should have happened a long time ago, not in 2015. That's kind of bonkers, or 2014, whenever it was, and stuff like that. Like everybody should be treated equally no matter what. Like it doesn't matter. But that's like that right there. That's the basis. And like, and then the conservative side or Republicans, when I say this, I'm talking about the far right or left side of each side, not your like average people.
Yes.
But the far right conservatives, they want like to go back to the fucking 1950s for whatever reason. It's like that's not gonna work. That is not gonna work.
Yeah, they're if they're going as the KKK every Halloween, maybe that might be a problem. I'm just saying,
That's another thing I take issues with. If you're part of the neo-Nazi or KKK group, you're fucking scum.
You're a legend.
You're fucking scum. Like, I don't understand how anybody can hate another person for being them.
Well, for religious beliefs, that's what I get at. I hate other people because they're stupid. That's why I hate them.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, but that's not like actual hate. Like, you don't want them to die because they're dumb. You're just like, man, I hope you get hurt really, really bad.
No, there's some I wish would die.
Oh, okay, all right, damn. But
that's mostly because if they die, the world would be better off.
Just like neo-Nazis and KKK members. I think if they all died, keel over, and the world would probably be a better place.
No, we can't do that because who's going to run the Boy Scouts then?
The fuck you mean? I don't see any Boy Scout going out and making a fucking swastika in the middle of the woods.
We don't live in the South.
Oh, yeah, it's true. We do live in Michigan.
I'm not implying that the Boy Scouts are ran by racists, okay? It was a cheap joke. Christ.
Oh.
But if
I
that
just
shit
think
co-
it's funny
if
to
that
see like
shit-
a
if-
bunch of like 11-year-olds making a
Yeah.
swastika in the middle of the woods.
fucking circling around.
Ah, yes, we finally did it.
No, yeah, a bunch of 11-year-olds wearing sheets circling around a burning cross. You know?
What, little guys? You guys got your fucking make a campfire badge.
Yeah, right. Here's your racism badge.
But yeah, and there's just a lot of things that are messed up in this world, but yeah. This feels nice talking about like random shit instead of like going through
a script per se.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, kind of pretty much.
All
Yeah.
right, so I'm gonna do one more thing before we actually do our banger of the week. Yes, we're still doing that. So last week or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about zodiac signs with masturbation and stuff. And one of the things that I don't know who said it, but came up was rim jobs. Now, has there ever been something you've had to explain to someone, and they look at you like, "How the fuck do you know that?" Now, I'm not saying. I'm saying like something like, not like, "Oh, I know that the Hindenburg went down in like 38 seconds." Not that, but like, like, yeah, I know my dad fucked my mom in the ass last night. It's like, how the fuck you know that? You know, something like that. You know. Okay, well, regardless. Okay.
I can't say that I have.
Okay, so imagine me 8 year. Yeah, about 8 years, 7 years ago, right? Me, parents were in the pool or whatever, and something came up about rim jobs. I don't know how rim jobs came up, right? And they asked me, like, how, do you know? He's like, and they didn't know what it was. They had no idea what a rim job. I had to explain to my parents what a rim job was. I was like, yeah, it's when it's when you go down there and you give the old swirly tongue twist to someone's stinker winker. You know?
That is even worse than them
like,
explaining it to you.
And then it came back was, how do you know what that is? I'm like, I go to public schools. Oh, okay, enough said.
How do you know what that is? I go to public schools, buddy.
Yeah, like you don't learn about sex and sex ed. You learned about sex about 2 or 3 years earlier because you're in public schools. Because you have that one friend who comes up and says, "Dude, last night I was just searching the internet for some fucking sick kicks."
Dude, you look like a prolapsed anus. What's that?
Yeah, right. And then you all search.
Oh, you ain't gonna believe this.
Right, and then you have that one friend. It's like, here, I'll search on Putz P, and it autofills Pornhub. You know what? Have Johnny have Johnny look it up instead.
Oh shit.
So yeah, explaining rim jobs was something else. Let me tell you, go to public schools. If you ever have to explain something to your parents and like, how do you know that? If you went to public school, just say that. It's an easy out. Easy out. So, all right.
Like, yeah.
So, all right, Dylan, what is your banger of the week?
Runaway by One Republic.
I don't know if I don't think I've heard that song.
It's a newer song.
Okay, then no, I have not.
It's not like a new song, but it's a newer song.
See, you say Runaway, and I automatically think of like 3 different songs with the same title. So I'm like,
oh, she's a little runaway.
well, that song is actually not Runaway. It's something else. I don't remember what it's called.
Well, it's Bon Jovi, and Bon Jovi is...
Okay, so mine is also a new song. Now, I feel like I'm going to get disowned by Dylan as a friend on this one. No, it's not Taylor Swift.
Hang on. I already have the disconnect button ready to go.
Yeah. If you hear a cocking noise, that's just the revolver on Dylan's end. It's okay. All right, the song, it's a newer... It's a heavy alternative rock song, like heavy I'm not saying like heavy rock. I'm like, it's heavily alternative, right?
Yeah.
It's by Bad Omens, and it's called VAN, also known, which is Violence Against Nature. It's Bad Omens featuring or with Poppy. Yeah, okay. I figured.
No, I'm just playing.
Okay, I was gonna say I figured as much. I might get disowned for that one. Now I'm not saying I like.
I haven't heard this song before, and I'm now curious because you said Poppy.
Now I'm not saying I like Poppy as a person or as a singer. I just like the song. I think the song's okay. Okay.
What is it called?
Violence Against Nature, or VAN, like V period A period A N A, like the acronym Violence Against Nature. It's it's heavy like it's about as alternative rock as you could get, in my opinion. So those are our picks for banger of the week. Dylan's giving that shit a listen right now, so I'm gonna.
I'm 11 seconds in, and I don't know if I can do this. Being dead serious.
Don't
Oh
worry,
my god! All right.
It gets headbangy a little bit later. Don't worry.
Okay.
just
If you like, hold on, I'm gonna skip a little bit.
if you like ass, listen to this song. You know.
There is one band I think you should check out. There one specific song by them. It's called. It's not my banger of the week, but it's
Called
not
"I
bad.
Eat Ass."
No, it's Hail the Apocalypse. Or no, The Eagle Has Landed, I think, by Avatar.
Okay.
I was recommended to that by a coworker, and I didn't mind it. I actually did not mind it.
I'll give it a listen sometime. Okay. So back to our just organized shit here. Have you seen earlier this year the Tesla earlier this year, like a month ago, the Tesla Cybertruck started rolling out to people that were stupid enough to put down and pre-order it. Have you actually seen one on the road, Dylan?
I have not seen one on the road.
Okay, I've had the misfortune of seeing one on the road. Okay, that is it looks stupid in pictures. Okay, it looks like the retarded kid with a cleft lip in person. All right, it looks so stupid, so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. I can't fathom why anybody would actually drive that fucking guillotine on four wheels. Okay?
Why did you call it that? Why did you describe it like that? Dude?
Because that's what it's so stupid.
Great.
It's stupid. It looks dumb. Like, if you're a pedestrian, good luck. You just became lunch meat. All right, if you get hit by that thing, you're done.
Oh god, like the more that I look at it, like at first when I kept like glimpsing at it, I'm like, okay, maybe it's not too bad, but the more I'm looking at it, the more that I can't get the idea that it just looks like one of Lara Croft's boobs from like 2001 Tomb Raider.
It just looks stupid. Like, I don't.
No fucking way they got a Hot Wheels for this fucking truck.
Never mind. Badass motherfucking vehicle on the road.
Holy shit! If it's Hot Wheels certified,
if it's already got its own Hot Wheels, that thing's bitchin', certified bitchin'. You know.
Oh, I'm sorry, $40? No thanks.
Never mind. Thing looks like a retarded kid with a.
$40 for this.
Holy shit, dude! I could get a fucking rim job for $40. It looks so dumb, and I mean, unless you're gonna pull, I don't know, something about 5 miles, you can't pull anything with electric vehicles these days. You just can't. It looks so stupid.
Unless it's the Ford F-150 Lightning.
That still can't pull very far, dude. Electric vehicles don't have very long. They can't tow things very far. They just can't. So I want to circle back around to the NFL, and obviously, like we were just talking about earlier, the Lions had their schedule released this year.
Yep.
Or this, the NFL. We talked about the Lions' schedule release. The Tennessee Titans released their schedule, and to do that, they went down to people on Broadway, which is like the main drag in downtown Nashville. Dylan, you can join the stream. So what I'm going to have Dylan do is these people, they ask people, they will show the logo of the team that they're going against up for that week. They go in order week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 17.
I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited.
Now, this is this year's. Now, I've watched both. Arguably, last year's was so much better, but it was still good for this year. So they're going to describe it, and before, I'm going to try and get it before it shows who it is. Dylan's got to try and guess who that team is. So, all right, Dylan, are you ready?
Do I have to seriously guess what it is?
You can't. I mean, I don't care if you want to fucking guess. You want to be.
Do I have to? If I do have to guess, do I have to do name and city? Or, name and city.
No, I think everybody will know where the Bengals play. All right.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, you ready?
Yep.
What the is that? Louis.
Okay, so she said St. Louis. Do you even have a guess?
Fuck.
You said St.
The
Louis.
only St. Louis team is the fucking Rams.
And that
And
was
they're LA.
And that
they're
was 4
LA
years
now.
ago.
St. Louis. Fuck. Fuck. The only thing I can think that's even remotely close to St. Louis would be
You got 5 seconds.
what, the Seattle Seahawks?
You gonna go with the Seahawks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rams.
No.
The fucking
It's
Saints.
the New Orleans Saints logo. The
St. Louis Rams, you're about 4 years too late. Holy shit.
Great, now I'm gonna get struck for copyright because we got the fucking NFL on Fox music playing. Great.
Oh.
Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen, Dylan. All right, this one should be a gimme.
Lightning McQueen?
Yes.
Oh, it obviously has to be like an electric team, and they're only one. It's the Chargers.
Oh.
Hey, Dylan's on the board.
Lightning McQueen, dude.
Dylan's on the board.
Oh, that's just the football.
This says the football logo.
That's just the football logo?
It's just, yeah, that's basically what he said. Here,
That's just the football logo.
the football logo. All right, well, I didn't get it in time. It was the Cleveland
the
Browns.
Browns.
It's the picture of the helmet. That's it.
It's just the football
just the football logo.
That is not
yes.
a football logo.
Yes, when
but okay.
we're chucking pigskins downfield, don't catch it with your face because you'll be fucking knocked the fuck out.
The Boston Bobcats.
All right, Boston Bobcats. Who do you think is the Boston Bobcats?
Probably the Panthers.
You're gonna go with the Panthers.
Dude, I swear to God, if it's the if it's the Lions, I'm gonna be pissed.
No idea. No idea.
It's the Bengals. The Boston
I'll give her
Bobcats?
credit.
Oh my God,
I'll give her
dude.
credit because it has a B, so you automatically would
Yeah.
probably think city, B, Boston, you know? Not Bangor, Maine or anything, so I mean I'll give her some credit. All right, they're saying Cowboys. These white bitches, certified white bitches, are all saying Cowboys.
I would have to say it's the Cowboys then.
You're gonna go with the Cowboys?
Oh man, I feel like it would be the Cowboys. Oh shit, hang on. Why did I fucking motherfucker?
Are you locking in Cowboys, Dylan?
Yeah, fuck it.
From
fuck
these
it.
certified
Lock in the Cowboys.
Starbucks white bitches.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Oh my God, it's the Colts.
Although the
I'm gonna
Cowboys,
fucking shoot
the
myself.
Cowboys do tend to play with a golden horseshoe up their ass. Decker reported.
Baltimore Orioles.
Baltimore Orioles.
Baltimore Oreos.
I'll just wrong sport, honey. That's the stick and ball sport.
Obviously, if they're saying Baltimore, it's
They
maybe
got
the
Baltimore
Ravens?
right. It's actually the Ravens. They said the Orioles. Although
Orioles.
that is that game's in London, so they might be Orioles.
My fat ass thought it was fucking Oreos. She said Oreos. I was like, oh.
This one is the Red Stallions.
Red Stallions.
Why is she about to do like the claw mark? Hey, you gotta go full screen, my guy.
I know. I'm just looking to make sure I didn't have the wrong year. Red Stallions. Who was
Denver Broncos?
Denver Broncos? The Atlanta Falcons.
What are those? It's not even a stallion. That's a bird.
How the fuck does that look like a stallion? Oh yes, every time I watch the Kentucky Derby, I always look for the horse with an overbite. You know, that's what I look for. That's my winning pick.
And claws and wings.
Yes. He's flying. Literally, he's flying.
49 to 69ers. 49ers.
No.
So, well, this bit we know what
49ers, 69ers.
we know what
she's
yeah,
got
we,
in
so
her
we
head.
know what she likes. 'Cause all her friends are like, "No, Casey," you know.
49ers, 69ers. 49ers, 69ers. Come on. It wouldn't be the I feel like it'd be the fucking Bucks or something.
You can go with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
yeah.
Stars.
It fucking tells them Steelers on the logo.
Bro, the 49ers, 69ers stars?
Oh my god. It says on there Steelers.
Holy shit.
All you had to do was just read the logo.
I think they actually blank out all the logo names.
Well, the only one that said it is Steelers. I mean, the other ones.
Yeah.
It's a Pirates
Oh, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
from the islands of the Caribbean.
Ah, yes. Johnny Depp is the quarterback.
Hey.
You know?
Hey, that is not a bad guess. Buccaneers are pirates, so
Yes, but they're
just
from
not
the
islands of the Caribbean.
Caribbean. Yeah, the Caribbean. So yes, like I said, they're being quarterback today by Johnny Depp.
Chester Cheeto.
The fucking Jaguars.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
Just
Chester Cheeto, what a fucking reference, dude. Holy shit.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
Tigers.
The Tigers. Wrong sport if you're going referring to the Detroit Tigers, but I don't think she is.
Yeah, the fucking the Tigers. Hold on. Oh shit. It might be the Bears logo. I know a lot of people think that's a fucking tiger for
North Carolina Tigers.
North Carolina Tigers.
Oh, the North Carolina.
First of all,
Tigers. I should've
everything
said
about that
Panthers.
was wrong. It's the Charlotte Panthers. Actually, I think this was last year's schedule release. So this would have been 2023's.
Texas. That's the Cowboys.
She's saying this is the Cowboys, and she's pretty damn certain. All right?
I'm gonna go with the Texans.
You're going to go with the
That's
Houston
the Cowboys.
Texans.
Texas. Got that. Yeah.
Nope, it's the Indianapolis Colts again. Oh my god.
Why do they think it's the Cowboys, dude? The
Because it's a
Cowboys,
horseshoe. You think
like,
horses
America's team, my ass.
they don't know a damn thing.
Atlanta.
Oh, we got Atlanta.
Florida.
Oh, now we just changed it to Florida.
The Miami Dolphins. No,
Ooh.
no. If they're talking about Florida, I'm gonna go with the Falcons again.
You're gonna go with the
I'm
Falcons?
gonna go with the Falcons.
Oh, you mean the
Red Stallions.
Yeah, the Red
Yeah.
Stallions.
Florida Dolphins.
Oh, the Atlanta, Florida
I was
Dolphins.
right the first time. God damn it. Atlanta, Florida Dolphins.
Dude, what if they're like the Atlanta, Florida Whales? I'm sorry, what? The Sharks.
Oh, Texans.
Oh, we got the Texans.
The Texans? You sure it's the Texans?
The Texans.
It's the Houston Texans.
We'll give it to her. All right, you get half credit, honey. Give me a little
Texans.
Give me a little sucky. You can have full credit.
Eagles.
Ooh, she's pretty certain the Eagles. I mean, she's as certain as the last bitch was about the Cowboys.
It's gonna be the fucking Baltimore Ravens.
Eagles from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yes, the Pittsburgh Eagles.
It's the Seahawks. Eagles.
Who's that? Bulls? Who? Patriots?
So we said Bulls, and then we said, who's that? Patriots.
Oh, if they're saying Bulls, it's the Houston Texans. The Bulls?
That's the Patriots logo.
It's the Texans again.
That it actually does not exist.
Ooh, big oofs.
Actually does not exist.
Wow. Everybody
Yeah, it
in
does.
Jacksonville just got triggered. I mean, normally your guys' franchise doesn't exist. You know, you don't start selling playoff tickets before you actually are in the playoffs, boys.
That is Nashville, Tennessee.
Tennessee Titans.
Oh, they know what if they actually they didn't blur out that one? You know, they blurred out all the other words, but just Tennessee Titans, they didn't. So that was 2023 schedule release. I don't know why this was backwards. for the Titans. This is this year's.
Oh my God, she's back.
She's back. Well, she's obviously a PR person for the Titans. So, all right, Dylan.
Hey guys, Red Stallion Girl. I'm here back on Broadway.
Oh, Red Stallion girl.
Yeah. So, all right, here we go. Here's the first one.
Oh, the Bengals.
She's pretty certain the Bengals. Now, I will tell you, this one's not as good as the year before.
Yeah, I love the Bengals.
Love the Bengals.
Love Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe Burrow, the Bengals, who play at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois.
God, dude, I literally love these things. Bagels and the Bears.
They peaked in 1970.
Ooh, ouch!
Peaked in 1970.
1970. Wow, that man's throwing
You
shade.
said this was worse?
This man's throwing shade. Well, just of the stupid
Dude's coming up. Yeah.
of the stupid answers. Yeah, but wow,
Oh, God.
that man's throwing shade out here. Son of a bitch.
And
Over the cheese.
Okay.
Home of the cheese.
The Green Bay Packers.
Not wrong, not wrong.
Okay, so Alex Earl's boyfriend.
I don't know if that's true, but if you just relate an NFL team, like, yeah, it's dating this bitch, you know. Oh, yes, the
That's
Kansas
crazy.
City, the Kansas City Chiefs. You mean Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team? You mean the Chiefs? No.
Oh my God.
That's the Dallas Cowboys. That's
All right, we're pretty certain it's Dallas Cowboys. We're about to get the finger
it's gonna
point,
be
too.
the fucking Colts again.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Preschool, once again, Lucas Oil
I
State.
fucking knew it.
I wouldn't want to be a table around them.
Wow. It's the Buffalo Bills, because, you know, they probably have the best tailgate parties. And so this guy said, do not want to be around a table with them because that bitch is going to get broke. Did you see that video where that dude set himself on fucking fire and then jumped on one of the folding tables at a Bills tailgate
No.
party? It was ridiculous, dude. It's like, what is going on?
The Bills Mafia is fucking coming
Fucking
for your
hell.
tables, everybody.
And they're all bitching, why can't we have a stadium with a roof? You fuckers don't need a roof. You don't deserve a roof.
Like, he will go on fourth every time. He just don't care.
Hey, this guy's going on fourth down every time. Who's going
Dan
down
Campbell.
Dan Campbell.
Like, he's like me if I play the NFL on my phone.
Dylan Matt with the fucking pole. Dan Campbell for the win. Madden mobile football. That's what the Lions are down to is Madden mobile football. So
I know that they used to kick the Super Bowl's ass for
used to kick the Super Bowl's ass for a long time.
Patriots for
consecutive, like, maybe like 3 to 4 years straight with Tom Brady.
And then what happened?
sure. What happened?
What happened? They died.
My favorite actor is a fan of theirs.
It's the Chargers. Oh my god. I gotta if the Chargers is like album is not Metallica's Ride the Lightning, that is a missed opportunity. I'm just saying.
They got rid of Kirk Cousins and they shouldn't have.
Wow. Wow. My man's out here
Dude,
throwing.
these fans have got no chill.
My man's got
The
no
Jets
chill.
Peaked in the 1970s. Oh.
Wow.
Got rid of Kirk
David
Cousins.
Carr is what I.
Oh, let me back it up.
Derek Carr. Oh,
David Carr is what
No, he said David Carr.
the Saints still.
I know about
Derek
them.
Carr.
Nope, it's the Texans.
They have David Carr.
Who the fuck?
No, they don't.
Who the fuck's David Carr? My man's pulling like the fourth line center out of his ass. Something. Good lord.
The fourth backup. That's funny.
They got rid of Kirk Cousins and they shouldn't have.
All right, who do you think this one is?
The Atlanta Falcons.
You think it's the? Well, no, they just got Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He said they got rid of Kirk Cousins and they
it's
shouldn't
the
have.
Washington Commanders.
The who?
The Redskins.
Oh, okay. I like that better. The Redskins, as it should
Oh,
still
God. Also
rid of Kirk Cousins.
I don't know that one either. Yeah.
We don't know this one. Ah, yes, it's this.
The fucking Jaguars.
No,
What
remember,
the fuck?
we don't know it because this isn't actually real. They're not real. Remember? She told us
yeah,
that
they don't exist.
They don't
That's
actually
right.
exist. So he gets a pass because they aren't real.
If you could describe their team in 3 words, what would it be?
Going downhill.
Bengals.
Other than downhill,
Damn.
other than downhill's, I believe 1 word, but we'll give you orange as another one. So
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning. Who do we think is Eli Manning?
It's either the. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Broncos
For
or the Colts.
You mean the
Also the Colts.
So you mean the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, the Cowboys.
I don't know who those guys
I
are.
don't know who they
Yeah, we don't know who these guys are. What the fuck's his shirt? He's got like pictures of, it must be his wife or like Nancy Pelosi after like plastic surgery all over his shirt. What's going on? So, all right, he doesn't know who these people are. So, who do you think it is, Dylan?
Probably the Jaguars.
The Jags again? Well, they don't
They are
exist.
either.
I'm terrible at this. I'm
I'm
not.
so bad.
Ah, Dylan got it.
Hey!
It's the Jaguar. Remember, they don't exist. Poor Trevor Lawrence, my man.
They have fans?
They have fans. Oh shit. I would have to say the Redskins. The Texans.
The Texans.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god.
They had fans?
They have fans? Wow. Well, they do play in an indoor stadium.
I love the Titans.
I do too.
Best team in the AFC South.
We're from Tennessee.
Best team in the AFC South. When was the last time you guys made the playoffs? Right. So, so yes, as we've come to the conclusion that people of Nashville are stupid and shit. So, yeah, they don't know a damn thing. All right. So, Dylan, you've heard of the Arena Football League, right? The AFL.
Yes.
Okay. So they're on their 3rd go around right now. You had the original, then that went under in 2008. Then it got started in 2010, went under in 2019, and they just started again this year, right? Their season, but it was founded last year, right? So it was initially supposed to be comprised. This is a fucking this is like a soap opera. I'm about to read you, okay? It was initially supposed to be comprised of 16 teams at launch, which is a lot for a fucking starting league, right? The 16 cities were going to be Austin, Texas, Boise, Idaho, Bakersfield, California, Chicago, Illinois, Denver, Colorado, St. Paul, Minnesota, Lake Charles, Louisiana, Cincinnati, Ohio, Orlando, Florida, Salem, Oregon, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, St. Louis, Missouri, Tallahassee, Florida, Nashville, Tennessee, Everett, Washington, and Odessa, Texas. Okay? Those were the initial 16 teams. And that was announced on July 18th of 2023, right? Then several arenas in cities themselves indicated they had actually never been contacted by the AFL about a possible Arena Football League team playing in their city. So, okay, we're off to a bad start here. Bad start, right? And on August 29th, 2023, well, okay, so the commissioner, the first commissioner was Lee A. Hutton III, who was a lawyer, so somehow that makes him qualified to run a sports league, said that when people would ask him, like, oh, well, this city doesn't have any idea, about a team or whatever, he would purposely avoid confirming any news reports, stating that he would only release information on their time and threaten any news outlets who reported critically in the league with egg on their faces come April 2024. Okay, so keep that phrase in mind. Egg on their faces come April of 24. Okay. They announced that the Billings Outlaws, formerly of the Champions Indoor Football League, would be the inaugural members of the new version of the AFL. And then the West Texas Desert Hawks were also a second confirmed team. So at launch, they ended up with multiple fucking issues. Okay, first of all, they had a website that didn't work. they had on that website, once it did work, they didn't even have the schedule for the 10-week season that they were going to do. And they had a bunch of shit go wrong. So let's say the Philadelphia Soul, hell of a name, coach and roster all departed abruptly before their contest against the Louisiana Voodoo. Now, I just got to say, the Louisiana Voodoo is a fucking bitchin' name. All right, I'm just going to say that right now. The Louisiana Voodoo, who themselves were forced to move from their home scheduled from Lake Charles to Lafayette days before the game, after the manager of the Lake Charles Arena accused the Voodoo of failing to cover rent and insurance expenses. Okay, so we're off to a bad start, but it gets worse.
Christ.
The Oregon Black Bears' home in Salem, Oregon, was deemed unsafe, forcing a slew of schedule changes. The Iowa Rampage folded after its first game, accusing Hutton of reneging on promises to cover increased expenses. While the Rapid City Marshals granted 6 players their release and renegotiated lower salaries for the remaining players after they also did not receive the promised compensation from the league. Now, the league also paid the NFL Network $1.3 or $1.5 million for the NFL Network to televise these games, right? The NFL Network initially did that, but then once it came around to the fact of actually paying the NFL Network, yeah, we missed those payments. So the NFL Network said, fuck you, we ain't televising your shit now, right?
Right.
Their final game for the Rapid City Marshals was on May 4th, 2024, on the road at Southwest Kansas. Let's see here. They stated that his company had licensed the Arena Football League trademarks to Hutton's company for a fee that Hutton did not pay. So this is down to an original American or a previous American or Arena Football League team's name being used, but then payments for licensing that name not happening. Bunch of shit. Other shit went wrong. Like, I mean, there's, I think, 5 or 6 teams actually only in the Arena Football League right now. It's ridiculous. On May 9th, 2024, the Georgia Force had abruptly folded, and the Philadelphia Soul had suspended operations for the remainder of the 2024 season. A kicker made an extra point while playing for the Washington Wolfpack, making her the first female player to score a point in the Arena Football League. So, hey, we got that at least. On May 13th, 2024, an email to the from owner Dana Hutton, the Minnesota Myth. What kind of fucking name is that? The Minnesota Myth? This league's a myth. Became the 4th team to suspend operations, blaming it on the inability to raise necessary sponsorships because of negative publicity, and accusing the owners of sabotage, the owners of the AFL, in order to force her husband Lee Hutton to resign as commissioner. Hutton confirmed the team's closure publicly a day later. Hours later, the same Arena Insider reported that sources with the AFL stated that a unanimous vote among the remaining owners, Lee Hutton, was ousted as league commissioner. Now, up to this point, he had not been heard of for days. He went MIA, right? He had not been heard for days. And then that the Nashville Cats president and former NFL and USFL head coach, Jeff Fisher, was appointed as interim commissioner. This is despite the league bylaw that was believed to have granted Hutton total immunity from ouster as by league owners. So there was a law in there that basically he could not be ousted by the league owners or by team owners in the league to be ousted as commissioner. I mean, it's just it's fucking nuts what happens when you try to start a league and you have no capital at all, because he threw this big ass party in Las Vegas the year before, trying to get investors and stuff, and all the investors are like, are you a retard with a cleft lip? We ain't that stupid. We ain't falling for your fucking shit, dude. And they did not invest at all. And so it's a total shit show. There's a really good video on YouTube by Urinating Tree. He goes into a lot deeper dive than what this is. I kind of just hit the highlights of this shit show. He goes into a much deeper dive about this fucking joke that's going on. There's 3 teams in the state of Kansas. 3 fucking teams in the state of Kansas. What in the hell? You're telling me you couldn't get anybody else? Not another one. in a different state, couldn't happen.
Bruh.
Fucking joke. So, all right, let's move on
Excuse me.
to.
I have some news that I did not know this happened. So, my grandpa is a fan of the Michigan Panthers, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you know, whatever, not too bad. And I was like, and I was downstairs and he was watching one, and I looked at the TV and I'm like, does that say UFL?
Yeah, the United Football League.
Yeah, the UFL or the USFL and the XFL merged.
Yeah, this earlier this year, yeah, or late last year, whatever.
I did not know that.
Yeah, as
the St. Louis Battle Chickens.
Jesus. So okay, with Memorial Day being next weekend, and if you are a motorsports fan, doesn't matter what series of the three arguably biggest series in the world, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, they all have the Sunday before Memorial Day, they all have their thing. F1 in Monaco, IndyCar in Indianapolis, and then for the Indy 500, and then NASCAR in Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600. Well, if you live in the state of Indiana, especially in the city of Indianapolis, they call it the month of May because that's when the teams are at Indianapolis for 3 straight weeks, right, leading up to the Indy 500. The weekend before, so right now, they just completed it, was Indy 500 qualifying. Now, Indy 500 qualifying is different from regular qualifying for any other series. Any other series, you would run 1, maybe 2 laps, and then they would take the fastest of those laps, and then they would put you in order like that, right? Indy 500 qualifying is you go out, you make 4 laps, and then they take the average speed over those 4 laps, and then that's your qualifying speed, is your average 4-lap speed. So the average, and how it works is the Indy 500, it's 11 rows of 3. So 33 cars start the show, and this year there was 34 entrants. That means somebody was going to get bumped out of the Indy 500, right? Yesterday, Saturday, being the 18th, all 34 cars, or however many there are each year, qualify. They all go out. They all get a chance to run their 4-lap, get their 4-lap average. After that, you then get to option, say you are in 30th, right? And you're I don't know if we'll be safe enough because after Saturday qualifying, day 1 of qualifying, 13th through 30th get locked into the show. And then if you make the Fast 12, you get to go and qualify again on Sunday. But if you are 31st or worse, you have to qualify again on Sunday for the last row shootout, right? So you want to, preferably you'd like to be in the Fast 12 because that means you got a good car. But if you don't, you'd like to be between 13th and 30th because you're okay, we're locked into the show. We don't have to go into Sunday sweating our asses off if we're even going to make the show, right?
Yeah.
So this year, they just, like I said, they just finished it. The 4-lap average, and it's hard to fathom just how fast they go at Indianapolis. Okay, the 4-lap average pole speed for this year was over 233 miles per hour. That's the average speed.
Shit.
Average. They're going 240 into the fucking corners. I mean, it's just bonkers shit, right? Absolutely bonkers. I mean, it is. You have to have some massive fucking cojones to strap into an open wheel race car and go into a corner, a 90-degree corner at 240 miles an hour and be yeah, I'm pretty sure the car will stick, and go and just do it.
Right.
You know, turn left and the car's going to go left, and not just keep going straight. It's wild. So, and obviously this year, if you've lived in America at all, you watch NASCAR, Kyle Larson is doing the double, which is when you do the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 in the same day. They call that the double. It's happened, I think, 4 times before, and Kyle Larson's doing it, which Kyle Larson, I would fight any Formula One fan, is a better driver than Max Verstappen. I don't give a fuck who you are. He's the greatest race car driver in the world. That sumbitch can get in anything and just be fast. He's got raw talent. You can teach people how to be fast in a race car. Kyle Larson just gets into it and he's fast, right? He's whooping your ass already. And it's this motherfucker just got in it, right? This is bullshit. And there's a whole back. It's wild. So back, obviously now it's hard to get more than 34, 35 entrants for the Indy 500. But like back in like the 60s, 70s, 80s, there was 60, 70 entrants for the Indy 500. I mean, it was wild. A ludicrous amount of people would enter for the Indy 500. Well, there's obviously a bunch of like stories and stuff. And so there's one of these stories. Now, back in like the 50s and 60s, before Indy cars are rear engine cars, back then in the 50s and 60s, they were still front engine cars. Well, then they figured out if we move the engine to the back, we can set it lower in the car, which will lower your center of gravity and you can go faster because, you don't have as high center of gravity. So everybody started doing that. But there was one guy, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but it was in 1972, and I heard this the other day, and it's funny as hell. He qualified. He entered two cars in the Indy 500. He entered one of the newer style rear engine cars, but then he also entered his front engine car because he really wanted to get that into the show. His front engine car to still say, hey, these cars are still as good as the rest, right? So he got. And how 500 qualifying works on Saturday, like I said, everybody gets a chance to go out and make their initial run, get their initial time. Then once that happens, anybody can go out and go faster. So say you're like 13th on the board, and you're like, yeah, I think I could go faster. You can get in one of two lines. You can get in line 2, which means you can get once you get in that line and you get to the front, you can go out, and if you go slower, you can still fall back on your original time, right?
Yeah.
But if you go in line 1, you get shoved to the front of the line, then you have to throw out your previous time. So if you go out and you go slower, that sucks for you. Now you're farther back in the field, right? You don't have a time to fall back on now. And so this guy, he got in the line where he didn't have to throw out his time, right? He got in the line, and he got in the line on purpose far enough back to where he was pretty sure he wasn't going to make the show, or he wasn't going to be able to get up there in time to qualify, because at 6 p.m. they close the track. That's when qualifying's done, is at 6 p.m. They get to the front. He's like, there's like 5 more cars in front of him, right? They shoot the gun off to close the track for qualifying. He gets off the car. He opens up the hood, and inside the hood where the engine would be, they had taken the engine out, put some plastic in it, and filled it with ice and beer, and just started drinking beer on pit road.
That's crazy.
And all the USAC officials at the time were all losing their shit because before you can get in line, you have to get inspected. And so somehow when you leave the garage, you have to get an inspection sticker. So somehow between when he got inspected and when he put it in line, they removed an engine from a race car without anybody knowing, filled it with plastic ice or plastic wrap, ice and beer, and then put it in line to go to the front to qualify. Like... Just wild shit, dude. Like, oh, yeah, fuck it. Everybody drink beer, Just wild shit. Dude, one of the officials was like, yeah, I was wondering why there was water leaking out from underneath the car. Yeah, I wonder why. There's cold beer in here. Think of them trying to, like, doing that shit now. Oh, my God, dude. You could not do that shit now. You could not do that now.
Oh, fuck no.
Running on hope and beer. Mostly beer. So, all right, Dylan. We'll do one more story before we go on to Smooth Brain Trivia. So, okay, have you heard anything about the portal that's been in New York City?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so if you haven't, there's a portal in New York City that's connected to a portal in Dublin. It's basically like a live cam, right? It's like a big screen, and there's a camera, so you can go up, you can wave, flip people off to people 5,000 miles away from you in Dublin, or vice versa if you're in Dublin to people in New York City.
Or flash them.
Right, well... When there was videos, it's been shut down. I don't know if they've opened it back up or turned it back on yet, but somebody in Dublin, because they're out of pocket motherfuckers. First, there was people saying, they're waving at each other. Well, some dude thought it was pretty funny to have a picture of 9/11 and hold it up to the camera and show it to the people of New York City. But then the people of New York City, somebody in New York City thought it was a great idea, and it's an influencer on Instagram. I'm not going to say her name because fuck that cunt. She went up to the portal and proceeded to then flash the portal. And, jumping around, moving around, boobs are flying all over the place and shit. It's just like, what are we as a society that they set this up, which is cool because you could see the quote-unquote hustle and bustle as the other city, but no, we need to go up and start fucking showing our junk. What are we doing? Like if you know who it is, Fucking wax them, man. Throw their ass in the brink. You know who it is. You have video of them doing it. Why are we just sitting here on our hands? Fucking A, give her a double mastectomy and just get it over with. Be like, you want to go do it? Oh, see, your boobs are gone. What are you going to do now, bitch? You're halfway to being a guy, you know? Strap on a plastic dildo and you're 3/4 of the way there. In fact, you'll probably have bigger balls than most guys in America now. So, but I don't get what's the appeal to doing that shit. I just don't get it.
I honestly don't.
You know, and it's dumb. If a guy would have done that, they would have all called him sexist. But a girl does it, it's fine.
He would have got thrown in the slammer.
Bro, he would have been probably put on a fucking list, sex offender list. But a girl does, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's all right. No big deal. Now, I like boobs as much as the next guy, but, like, you know, it's a two-way street. Can't be a one-way street here, fellas. So, all right, let's...
I don't get the thought process. I mean...
There is no thought process. That's the thought process. There is none. So, all right. Let's go on to some smooth brain trivia. So, I got 10 questions here, Dylan.
Okay.
And you're going to have a grand total of 69.
Nice.
And not 1 second more. Seconds to answer said 10 questions as best as your ability as you can. You could pass it a question, I'll come back around to it. Timer will not start until after I read the first question. Dylan, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, I will say there is one question on here. It's the last question.
Okay.
Don't think logically with it. Well, it'll be kind of hard because you're going to hear it and you're going to think, unless you know it right away, you're going to think, what the fuck? So I'll just say that. So, but,
okay.
All right. Your turn on Smooth Burn Trivia will begin in 3, 2, 1. What car manufacturer names their cars after famous fighting bulls?
Ferrari.
What energy drink gives you wings?
Red Bull.
What does Tegrity Farms sell?
Pass.
What model does Ford use in NASCAR to race with?
Mustang.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to get what?
A bucket of water.
Decoration Day was the original name for what U.S. holiday?
Memorial Day.
What was the famous volcano that erupted on May 18th, 1980 in Washington State?
Mount St. Helens.
The Screaming Chicken logo is synonymous to what car company?
Pass.
What legendary car did Chevy start producing in 1953?
The Impala.
How many licks does it take to get to the center to Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
1, 2, 3.
What does Tegrity Farms sell?
Sausage.
You didn't get back around to one of them, so no more than 9 out of 10.
Yeah, no, this is probably gonna be bad.
All right, let's just go and score this. What car manufacturer names their cars after famous fighting bulls? Yes, you said the Ferrari, because I remember the fighting bull, the La Ferrari, the Ferrari. The answer is Lamborghini.
Lamborghini! God damn it! I fucking panic answered. I knew it was fucking Lamborghini because they have a fucking bull as their fucking thing.
No, but they probably named their cars after, like, forests and shit, you know?
Lamborghini Aventador.
Is a bull.
Jesus Christ. Think, Dylan, think!
What energy drink gives you wings?
Fucking easy.
You said Red Bull, which is good because that is correct.
Well, actually, technically, lawsuit speaking, no. It does not give you fucking wings.
What does Tegrity Farms sell? You
This
first
I had no
passed,
idea.
and then you said sausage, which is incorrect. Have you ever heard of the show called South Park?
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of Randy
Little
on
TV
South
show.
Park?
Yeah, of course.
Have you... It's still not ringing a bell?
No, I don't watch South Park. I know what it is.
The old thing.
Oh, hey, fuck you.
That
Ew.
Randy Marsh runs the company Integrity Farms on South Park.
Does he sell weed?
Integrity Farms sells marijuana.
Sausage.
So unless your sausage has a lot of extra you-know-what in it, I don't think that's right. And it's not. What model does Ford use in NASCAR to race with? You said the Mustang, which is correct. The other correct answer would have been the F-150 because of the Craftsman Truck Series. Jack and Jill went up the hill to get what? I don't know why you had to sit and think. It's like, did you run it through your mind? You're like, Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a bucket of water. Oh, a bucket of water.
I went through it in my mind.
Okay, because I was like, I said it, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm thinking like, oh my god, he doesn't. Is he gonna fucking pass?
Well, because I remember like there's the pervy one where.
Jack and Jill each went up the hill, well, each with a bucket of quarter. Jill came down with 250.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's correct, obviously. Decoration Day was the original name for what U.S. holiday? You sat and stumbled and said a whole lot of shit. Then you settled on Memorial Day.
If it's Christmas, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Good news, it's not Christmas. Bad news is there is none because it is Memorial Day. I believe it changed to Memorial Day in the 50s under Lyndon B. Johnson.
Well, it makes sense, right? Because it's under who, Colton?
Lyndon B. Johnson.
And when?
The 50s, I said.
Colton?
What? I'm sorry, 60s. 60s.
Excuse me. There you go. I was like, when did Lyndon B. Johnson get put in office? 1963.
Well, it wasn't of his doing, but... What was a famous volcano that erupted on May 18th, 1980 in Washington State? Leave me alone, man, all right? Got a lot of shit going on. You said Mount St. Helens, that's correct. I'm going to come back to these two. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? You said one,
I
a two,
almost half
three.
I was almost half tempted to say trick question. There is no answer because there hasn't been an answer. But I just went with the owl.
I mean, arguably, I would have had to.
One,
two, three. I'm sorry, Dylan. The
ate
answer is not 6. But since you said 3, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going by the commercials, all right?
What legendary car did Chevrolet start producing in 1953?
I have no idea.
Now,
The
I would not
Silverado?
say the Impala is a legendary car by any stretch of the imagination. However, I would say that the Corvette is a legendary car.
That Corvette. I had a feeling, but I was like, Impala.
Yeah, Impala.
I don't know. The 1970s Impala is pretty nice.
Yeah, you know how many Impalas Chevy makes now? 0. That's how legendary that car is.
Fuck yeah.
The Screaming Chicken logo is synonymous to what car company?
This I had no idea.
Do you even know what the Screaming Chicken is?
Nope.
Have you seen the movie Smokey and the Bandit?
Not for a while.
Okay, but do you know what kind of car they use in Smokey and the Bandit?
It's a Trans Am, right?
Yes, which is made by who?
Fucking A. Pontiac.
Pontiac. You know, it got the big old Screaming Chicken on the hood. The correct. I also would have taken Firebird, even though that's not.
Firebird. Yeah,
That's not the
what
prop.
got me.
Nah. I would have taken Pontiac or Firebird, even though technically Pontiac would have been the only correct answer, but I was in a giving mood. So you did fucking terrible. Compared to what you've done lately. Let's see.
How bad is it?
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, 50% is a failing grade, so
yeah. So what's your point?
wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. All
well,
right.
actually, I would expect something less, just not anything more. There we go.
There you go. All right, Dylan. What is the most southern shit you can think of? And you got
Sweet tea.
sweet tea. Okay. I think I can top that. So, but first, earlier this week, I saw a semi truck who was doing trials to be on the U.S. Olympic gymnastic team for Paris this year. Because on I-85, this motherfucker was literally teetering on top of the Jersey barrier.
Oh, okay.
Like straight up was sitting on top of the Jersey barrier. What had happened is obviously Abdul or somebody was their head in their phone rather than driving the fucking 80,000 pound missile down the road. Looked up, saw traffic was stopped, said, "Oh shit!" And it wasn't like one of the hard concrete. It was like the actual like Jersey barriers, the ones they put in for like road construction. He swerved to the left, busted through the Jersey barrier because it broke it apart, then went up on top of the Jersey barrier and was teetering on top of the Jersey barrier. I go by it, right? And the fucking poor wrecker guys, the wreckers, the big ass wreckers for semi trucks, are all sitting there scratching their heads going, how are we going to get them off this thing? I'm like, hey, sucks for you guys. I'm out of here. I lost an hour and a half because of this dickwad on the fucking highway who doesn't know how to drive. Yeah, it was like, I couldn't believe it. I thought that was wacky. Then about 45 minutes later, hour later, I pick up my load in South Carolina. I'm driving back out, and off the side of the road, there's like a little dirt like outcropping or like parking area next to the road, and there's like a father and son coming out through the trees, and on the other side of the trees was like a lake. They had fishing pole, a tackle box, right? Just got done fishing. I go by their car, and what's the most southern? And I said the most southern shit you can think of is sweet tea. What's the most southern car or vehicle that you can think of, Dylan?
Any fucking piece of shit truck. Like, just the most rusted out piece of fuck.
All right, so a fucking piece of fuck, right? Fucking mint.
A shit. Oh, hang on. Easy. Classified vehicle, shit box.
Certified shit box, right? This guy did not have a truck. He didn't, and he didn't have a lifted up truck. He didn't even have a truck to begin with. But he did have a lifted vehicle. Okay? Now, what's besides a truck, Dylan? What's another vehicle that you could put a lift kit on, and it looked somewhat good, I guess.
Besides a truck?
Besides a truck, what's another vehicle you could lift?
A Jeep.
A Jeep, right? A Jeep. Yeah, either Wrangler or
Gladiator.
Gladiator. No, not a Gladiator. They don't make it anymore. What the fuck? Or no, they still make it a Grand Cherokee, like an old, like square body Grand Cherokee.
Oh
right?
yeah, Cherokee, yeah.
I saw his car and then nearly drove off the road and hit a bunch of school children getting ready to board a bus to go to Jeffrey Epstein's island because this man had fucking a lifted Prius.
No.
Dead ass serious. He had a Prius with a lift kit on it and big old tires. I saw that. I was like, that is the most southern shit. You could show me a bunch of shit. I'd be like, no, that's certified South gangster shit right there.
Listen.
You cannot
It's
top
all I
that.
could afford, but damn it, I'm putting this 10 grand fucking lift kit on this bitch.
They may look stupid, but I get 38 miles to the gallon.
I may look stupid, but I still get bitches. And by bitches, I mean female dogs.
I couldn't believe. I wish it was at a stoplight so I could have gotten a picture of it. I mean, because you can't believe. You go by it and like, because I first went by, I'm like, damn, that Prius is sitting here pretty high off the ground. Oh fuck it, that is a Prius with a lift kit. Holy shit, what the hell's going on?
I have seen some pretty strange vehicles in and around Grand Rapids. I've seen a lifted PT Loser. That was funny. That was funny looking.
That's if you have a lifted PT Cruiser, you are a fucking loser.
There was another PT Cruiser, but it was like fucking decorated as a cat, like a full-on cat. Like whiskers, nose, everything. I was like, what the fuck?
What in darn tootin' nation?
Yeah, like, damn. A fucking lifted Prius though, that's a new one.
Yeah, I don't think you could top that.
I gotta look this up. I gotta see.
My question is, okay, unless he's a hell of a fabricator, that means there's fucking kits for that.
Lifted Prius, it's the fucking fifth one that's...
Oh my god,
no,
is it?
Dude, they put monster truck wheels.
Oh my god. You know what? Fuck the jet-powered Wienermobile. We're getting a fucking monster truck Prius if we win the lottery. That's what we're doing.
Dude, I am totally here for it. I'm getting a fucking Prius that I'm gonna deck it out looking like a fucking...
See, now we make fun of it, but that's something where it's like you don't make fun of the guy, you just sit there and laugh. You know, it's just like you can't even make fun of it because it's so stupid.
It's like, I gotta give you props.
You gotta give him respect.
Fucking Prius,
you gotta give him respect. Like, hey man, you couldn't afford a truck, but you still wanted that no dick lift kit. You know, I give it to you.
We're gonna, if we ever win the lottery, we're gonna fucking put monster wheel trucks or monster wheels on a fucking Prius and turn it into a tank.
I'm down. I'm fucking down.
It's fucking, fuck it. We're turning it into a tank.
All right. One last thing here before we go on to our functional idiots of the week. Did you know that a plus size influencer was a thing on social media, Dylan?
I mean, if you take, what is it, Lizzo?
But
Lizzo?
she's not an influencer. She's an actual entertainer.
Oh yeah, she is a singer. Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's a lot of plus size people that are.
But like, you specialize in plus size shit.
Oh yeah, hell no, I have never seen that.
Okay, well, this fat fucking whale had
prepare to have your mind blown.
Had a problem at the Seattle Tacoma airport, and she's gonna go through her. In fact, she's put out a petition called the Plus Size Travel Petition to help with employee sensitivity training. This is what her ordeal was.
My ordeal at SeaTac Airport will shock you. This experience I
just gotta say, if anybody that has a TikTok and they use this AI generated voice, you're fucking gay and retarded and go to hell. All right, let's move on.
To share with you is yet another example of why employee sensitivity training, a demand outlined in the plus size travel.
Dude, I might say she might want to go up a shirt size.
Okay, listen.
Like, that bitch is stretched out.
Listen, so we don't get fucking, like, hammered or whatever. Just as a precaution, me and Colton are both certified fat fucks, all right?
Yeah, yes, we are. Like, you know, we like our food. You know, so, all right, let's continue on.
Travel.
No, I don't care. No, there gets to a certain point where you're so fucking fat. All right, I don't care if anorexic Jew boy over here is making fun of you. It's warranted. All right.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, you're right.
If you need the double doors to open all the way before you can walk through, that's goddamn fucking fat.
Listen,
all right?
If you're shaking the terminal tunnel, we got an issue.
Yeah. All right, if you have to use a bidet, not just because the things of using a bidet, but because you can't reach around and wipe your ass crack, that's fat. All right. That's fucking fat. Come on, play the fucking video, you dick. Oh my god, why can nothing work? I sat here for 2 hours with this open, and now it needs to load.
My ordeal at SeaTac Airport will shock you. This experience I'm about to share with you is yet another example of why employee sensitivity training, a demand outlined in the plus size travel petition, is desperately needed.
So it shows this fat bitch named J-Bay. She's in a wheelchair being pushed down the jetway to the plane.
I'm a plus-size wheelchair user and on a recent flight to the sea.
And she doesn't have a disability. She's just fat and lazy. That's why she is in a wheelchair. She has a wheelchair.
SeaTac Airport. I requested wheelchair assistance, as I always do. When it came time...
Now, does it look like she could walk just fine, Dylan?
Yep.
Yeah, she can walk just fine. Here she is.
Time for me to deplane.
Gets on
I
the
saw
plane,
the employee who would be assisting me with my wheelchair
walking down
waiting
the aisle, smacking everybody with and sitting in their seats with her ass because it's so big, but she's still walking down the aisle.
In the entry of the jet bridge. As I approached her and...
No problem.
She realized she'd be assisting me and not one of the smaller passengers.
So when she got off, the person who was going to be her wheelchair assistant saw her and was like, hell nah, and walked off.
Started to walk away.
I don't fucking blame her, dude. That's a fucking exercise.
Like, I don't need to go up
3, 2, 1, boom!
Yeah, right? It's like going up the jet bridge, right? It's, it's on an incline. If she slips, that thing's one, but she's dead. She's dead, She's getting her ass ran over by a truck.
Away with the wheelchair while
Grandma
making
got ran over by a fat bitch.
Yeah, no shit.
comments about my size. Even when I told her I really needed the chair and needed her to let me sit down in it, she blatantly ignored me and
You just sat on like a 4-hour fucking plane ride. I think you can walk up the jet bridge.
kept walking. I was then forced to walk up one of the longest jet bridges I've encountered and
Well, technically anything more than 3 feet would be long for you since you're always pushed.
she didn't stop.
Do you think her stomach got to the gate 5 minutes before she did?
This shit pisses me off because, I'm overweight, but I can walk, run, well...
If you see Dylan...
kind of run.
If you see Dylan running, don't run from where he's coming, because there's a bad reason that he's running.
Walking, running, I can do all of this stuff without assistance. I don't need, a fucking wheelchair. If I am sorry, but if you let yourself get this bad and nobody stopped you, then sorry, that's on you. That's on fucking you.
Yeah.
If you need a wheelchair to get everywhere, then you need to just start walking.
If you're like 85, you're like 80, 85, okay? Broken leg, or like wearing a fucking boot. All right, I could see why you would need a wheelchair, right? But if you're just a fat bitch, right? You're like eating all of the first class food to be satisfied. That's your problem. Fucking roll your ass up the jet bridge then.
By the time she let me reach the wheelchair and sit down, my lips were white. My oxygen levels had dropped and I almost fainted.
Your oxygen levels don't fall like that. How long did it take you to get up this jet bridge? 30 minutes? Jesus.
I am this close to fucking snapping.
This was my first time flying without oxygen.
I'm too fat to fucking breathe. Walmart didn't have my cart that I needed to fucking drive
myself around. I don't care. Holy shit, I have breathing issues and I do just fine. Except when I sleep. Apparently I fucking sound like a demon when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, Brianna comes in from the bathroom. Dylan's out there having a satanical.
This woman just assumed I could walk and would rather me do that.
Just assumed you could walk. You are walking. I'm literally watching you walking in this video.
Yeah, you're walking right now.
What the hell do you call it? What the hell do you call what you're doing then? Exercise?
Instead of her having to push someone my size up the jet bridge.
You just said right now, rather than having to push someone my size up the jet bridge. Again, I don't see why this wasn't it. Why I'm totally with the fucking little Stephanie here who was like, hell no, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
All the other attendants wheeled their passengers up the jet.
Yeah, because they weren't pushing whales.
Yeah, because they didn't need a fucking forklift for you.
Bridge, but my needs were disregarded.
Shit.
This is discrimination. Nobody should be treated this way. Share your story at change.org plus size travel.
No, I don't think I will. I think I will. The problem is she's got so much fat there. It's like natural body armor, right? You can't even shoot her. And the worst part is she's in like the second to last row of this plane. Dude, I hope she bought 2 seats. Because whoever that poor bastard is who has to squeeze in that center seat, not happening. Not happening.
You know what pisses me off is I know damn well she got done with this walk, sat down in her chair, and she's like, doing one of those fucking numbers.
Water. Yeah, it's
fucking pissing me off. That shit pisses me off so much.
I couldn't tell.
Because it's like, there's other people out here fucking actually needing this shit, and you're being a fat cunt about everything. Well, I'm fat, so they got to do what I say. Oh, we don't have to let you on the plane. Good luck walking to your fucking destination.
Seriously.
Looks like you need it.
Yeah. Are you going to SeaWorld? No, why you say that? No reason. Thought you were just going home. Yeah. No, are you going to SeaWorld? No, I'm going home. Yeah, so I'm asking, are you going to SeaWorld then? Oh my God. So, all right. Before we do the functional idiots, let's do some porn star birthdays. Our first thoughtie on the list here for porn star birthdays is Kimmy Granger, 29 years old as of yesterday, May 18th, being born in 1995. In fact, everybody's birthday on here was May 18th. May 18th is a good day for porn, let me tell you. She's an American from San Diego, California. Started in porn at the age of 2015. 5'1" with a set of 32As. She has won the awards, Pussy of the Year, Prettiest Girl in Porn, and Insatiable Semen Demon. You can make
the demon.
So that like you when you're sleeping. You can make the bald man cry to her nearly 500 credited films such as Bikes and Butt Plugs, Missile Blow.
Oh my God.
The one that Dylan is in, From Snoring to Whoring.
God damn it, dude.
You make one comment about you having a fucking snoring, and now you're getting railed into a fucking porno.
Get it, rail?
Yeah. And Three's Company in the shower. That's a big ass shower. Holy hell. Second thought on the list is Braylon Bailey, 24 years old, being born on May 18th in the year of 2000. An American from Gainesville, Florida. She started in porn at the age of 21 in 2021. 5'4" with 32 C's. You can hold the sausage hostage to her over 200 credited films such as Hi, Dr. Dick, Suitcase Pimp, July 4th, Make America Hard Again, and Uncut Go. Go as in greatest of all time, not an actual goat. She's not Muslim. Last thought on the list is Cody Vore, 29 years old, being born on May 18, 1995. An American. She started in porn at the age of 21 in 2016. 5'2" with a set of, I had to actually get my jaw off the floor, 32 Ks. Yes, Ks. Fucking Ks, as in KKK.
Damn.
She's been nominated for the award, unsurprisingly, Most Spectacular Boobs and Most Outrageous Sex Scene. Dude, that takes boulder holders to a whole new level. Holy Christ. You can invest in pork bellies to her nearly 100 credited films such as Bust What She Needs, Wish Upon a Nut, Filling Her Cavities, and
Oh my God.
Jurassic Wood, Swollen Ding Dong. Happy birthday to them thoughties.
Oh my God.
You know, they just don't get enough credit. They're hardworking. They got family to feed. You know, I mean, yeah, they're living off fucking cum and orgasms, but you know, they got family that needs food.
I was gonna say they be eating families.
You know, got him. So, all right, Dylan. Before we wrap this up, what is your functional idiot of the week? Or who is your functional idiot of the week?
Whoever the CBS Sports analysis is, and didn't put Jared Goff on the top 10 power rankings for QB. That's my functional idiot.
All right.
You're gonna tell me fucking Dak Preschool's better? Get the fuck out of here.
My functional idiot is NASCAR. Now, the reason I say that is so next year, NASCAR starts a new TV deal, right? Their TV providers are going to be Fox is going to have 14. Oh, this is just a Cup Series, 14 races. NBC is going to have 14 races. TNT is going to have 5 races. And then the other 5 races are going to be on Amazon Prime. So streaming only. Okay. Now, streaming only for sports is nothing new. like just this past NFL season, one of the wild card games was exclusively on Peacock, and proceeded to get half the viewership as all the other games that were on regular fucking TV. Streaming is the way. So the first race that Amazon's 5-race schedule, okay? Now, like I said, this coming week is Memorial Day weekend. Now, there's crown jewel races in NASCAR that are like a driver would do anything. He'd wreck his own grandmother to win these races, right? One being the Daytona 500, one being the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis, because Indianapolis is hallowed grounds, right? The Southern 500, which is at Darlington, that's on Labor Day weekend, and the Coca-Cola 600, which is at Charlotte on Memorial Day weekend, right? So, arguably, NASCAR's Super Bowl race would be the Daytona 500, right? It's the race that's going to get the most viewership, has the most hype around it. That's their Super Bowl, right? Arguably, I would say NASCAR's second biggest race, so you would say your conference finals game equivalent in the NFL would be the Coke 600, right? It's on Memorial Day weekend. It's the same day as the Indianapolis 500. It's the same day as the Monaco Grand Prix. You know, it's got a lot of stuff around it, right? Second biggest race of the year, in my opinion. That race will exclusively be only on Amazon Prime.
Fucking A.
So imagine the NFL saying, you know, that wild card game on Peacock was a good idea. Let's put the NFC Championship game next year on Peacock. That sounds like a good idea. That is the equivalent of it.
Okay, I got a question, because this I was going to talk about this next week, because I had wrote NFL before as my functional idiot, but I couldn't remember why, and you bringing up streaming services is exactly why I remembered. The NFL, right, last year gave the rights to Thursday Night Football to Amazon Prime, whatever. It's just like, you know, whatever.
Right.
Not a big deal.
Right. It's just one game a week. No big deal. You know, there's 15 other games.
So, you know, this next year, they're going to have Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime again. Because, you know, Amazon Prime bought the rights.
Yeah, but probably like a 5 or 6 year, whatever your contract, you know, yeah.
Now, this is where I take issue. There's two noticeably huge games during the entire year of football. The Thanksgiving games and the Netflix games.
Netflix games?
Well, or sorry, Super Bowl.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay. I was going to say Netflix games. I'm like, what the fuck? That's news to me.
Coming in third place, so the top one would be Super Bowl, next would be Thanksgiving. The next one would be Christmas games, because it's just everybody gets together and they watch football, whatever. You know, they have football playing on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix has the rights to stream it, the Christmas games, all of them, on Netflix.
How many are there this year?
I think there's
probably
three every year.
3. Well, the NFL doesn't always play on Christmas. And in fact,
but they always play around Christmas.
Right. That's a new thing, though, because before, like, you'd always have it divvied up. Thanksgiving would always be football, right? And then Christmas would always usually be the NBA. That would be like the NBA's day, and then New Year's Day would kind of be the NHL's, because they'd have the Winter Classic and all that shit. So the NFL played on Christmas is kind of new, you know, unless Christmas fell on a Sunday. But like actively going out of the way and playing on a Wednesday on Christmas, because Christmas is on Wednesday this year, I believe. That's kind of different for them. But anyways, continue on.
But so not only do you have, you know, you lost all of the Thursday night games, you know, to Amazon Prime, and I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 games every Thursday night.
There's only one game on Thursday night football.
If that, it's usually
just one game.
Is there?
It's just one game. It's like Monday. It's like Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football. It's just one game usually. Usually.
So
maybe at the beginning of
Thursday night going.
Maybe at the beginning of the year before you start rolling into the bye weeks, there might be 2 games a night, but usually it's only one.
Yeah. So, not only have you lost Thursday Night Football to
streaming,
streaming, you've lost the Christmas games to streaming, and now there's going to be even more playoff games, because that's just the way it's going to go. More playoff games, also on streaming, which is going to be which actually pisses off my grandpa, because he doesn't watch streaming. He's the cable guy. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch TV because that's what I do. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just now it's inconvenient. If he wants to watch those games, he can't.
Well, it's
like last year, there was a bunch of hype going into the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers, and my grandpa didn't get to watch it. I watched it because I have Amazon Prime, but he didn't get to watch it. And I even offered to set up my TV and stuff down there so we could watch it,
Right.
So
my thing with streaming, and the reason that they're doing it is because obviously they want people to go to the streaming platforms, because like Peacock as a service for NBC loses them billions of dollars every year. They lose billions of dollars on Peacock every year. But because the whole thing is, if you can keep putting good shows and make people go to, eventually it'll turn a profit. So my only hope is that streaming all fucking fails. They all lose their ass and they get rid of it, right? I know it probably won't happen. But my problem is with sports, and that's the only reason why cable is still a thing, is because of sports, right? ESPN is only a thing because of sports. Without ESPN or without sports, there would be no ESPN, right? My problem is okay, if a sport was not on cable to begin with, then that's fine putting it on streaming because you're not losing it. Now, but going the other way, having a game on cable or even broadcast TV, all your NFL games are on either Fox or NBC on Sundays, right? So you can put an antenna above your TV and catch your local football games for free. You can get it for free. Right? Now, to do that, now you got to pay a separate service for the streaming plus internet, because, well, if you don't have internet, you can't get the streaming service. Where before, you just had to have fucking power, which that's a negative, or that's a moot, because you have to have power for both, and an antenna, which was a one-time purchase. And you could get antennas for like $20 at Best Buy. So you're losing it overall. Now, the NFL, I think for Thursday, there's not as much, because the Thursday games never really got good viewership numbers to begin with, because it was kind of a newer thing. Right, like Monday Night Football's been around forever. Sunday Night Football's been around for a long time, and then obviously Sundays for football on Fox. That's been like that for a while. Thursday Night Football was kind of new, and it bounced around between providers because it never really did good viewership wise. So that wasn't a big deal. Plus, you had it was just one game a week. Like I said, you had 15 other games when it came to Sunday and then Monday to watch football if you wanted to watch football. Yeah, if your team played on Thursday and you didn't have Amazon, it sucked. But overall, you could watch football, on Sunday. NASCAR, the Cup Series, those 5 races, tough shit. You don't got nothing else. One race a week, that's it. So you just get to go those 5 weeks without NASCAR. Because I'm not paying for Amazon Prime. People are like, oh, if you have an Amazon Prime account. I don't have an Amazon Prime account because I try not to go and buy shit from Amazon because fuck Jeff Bezos. Okay? So I try not to do that if I can so help it. So I'm not going to give them money to have the privilege to watch NASCAR. When I'm already paying to watch NASCAR on cable, now I got to pay again to watch it over here. Why? I'm already paying it over here to watch it on cable. Now I got to pay a separate service to watch it, to have the privilege to watch it. And I had it before, now I'm losing it. That's my problem with it. That's my massive problem with it. And to do it to your second biggest race of the year, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, do you know how most NASCAR teams make their money? Sponsorship on the doors, B2B, sponsorship, right? Okay, how do you think it'll be easier to sell, a full sponsor car for one race in the Cup Series is about $300,000 for one car, right? Do you think it would be easier to get a sponsor if you can say, yeah, for the Coca-Cola 600, we usually get 4.5 to 5 million viewers every year? Or to say, yeah, we're going to go Amazon Prime. We actually don't know what we're going to get for viewership. We're probably not going to get the 4.5 to 5 million. We're probably looking at about 1 to 2 million maybe. Do you think it'll be easier to sell the $300,000 sponsorship to the 5 million viewer side or the we don't really know, but we have an idea what we might get. But we might get new viewers, but you won't get any of your hardcore viewers watching it. I'm just looking at the team's got to be like, why can't you have both? I've said that. Why can't you have both? Put the games or put the races on cable, put the NFL games on cable, but then also put them on Amazon Prime. Why, do both. Now you have a secondary thing because for football you don't miss anything, right? When they go to commercial, nothing happens, right? NASCAR, if it's a green flag, they go to commercial, you're missing racing. It's just how it is, right? So here's a perfect fix for your streaming service. If you pay Amazon Prime or whatever it is, or if NASCAR runs their own streaming service, $6.99 a month or $9.99 a month, whatever, you get to watch the races commercial free. Hey, there you go. Now you can cater to both people. The people who want streaming and the people who don't have streaming. Everybody's happy now. Everybody's making money.
It's just like this. All right, let's say for me and my grandpa, like I can get a streaming service like that, no problem, right? Like Amazon Prime,
right.
Whatever. But then why the fuck do you have the NFL Network then if you're not going to show any of the games on there? Like
we're gonna
you have a network for it.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about the games.
We're just gonna talk about them and debate about dumb shit.
Yeah,
it's like
to fill time to fill this 3.5 hour time slot that we have now because we're not playing any games.
It's like you have the NFL Network. If you're putting it on a streaming service, then at least have it on the NFL Network.
Yeah, it's already. I don't get. Like I said, you can have an easier argument for NASCAR because you can do the thing commercial free, right? And you see every week on people bitching, "Oh my god, all the commercials." Well, guess what, fucker? You bitching about commercials here? Go pay $9.99 a month. You can watch it without commercials. There you go. Problem solved, right? Everybody's happy. The people that have cable can still watch it, and the people that are streaming can now watch it. And everybody's watching the same thing. I don't get why it's this all or nothing thing. I just don't get it. It's stupid. It's stupid. All I can say is all I can hope is that it fails, and everybody loses their ass, and so they won't do it again. That's my only thing.
There you go.
That's the only thing I can hope for is that it's a total fucking failure. The only saving grace is that traditionally NASCAR does not race on Easter. Now they have for the last few years, and they would always choose tracks that were close to most of the race teams are based out of the Charlotte, North Carolina area. And so they would choose a track that's close to Charlotte because, well, then the teams are, they're not too far away for Easter, so they could have Easter with their families. Or you just could not race that day. I'm just saying. But but
I'm going to go ahead and shout out a streaming service. Max.
Oh, old HBO Max, yeah.
Yeah. They literally do what we're saying. They have it on their platform, but then they have it the playoffs, NBA playoffs.
Yeah, it's both. It's on TNT and Max.
NBA on TNT, yeah.
And Max, yeah, it's the same thing with the NHL playoffs. You can watch it on TNT and Max.
Fucking figure it out.
Yeah, it's not hard. Put it on both and let people choose. Stop forcing us to do one or the other. That's all I'm asking. Stop forcing us, because I'm just not going to watch those 5 NASCAR races. I'm not going to. It's my form of protest. I'm not going to watch them. Give them a piss poor TV number. It just frustrates the fuck out of me. They're trying to do all this stuff to gain new fans, but at the same time, you're alienating your current fan base.
Exactly.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? You don't see F1 races on streaming only. And that's who your biggest competition now is, F1, because F1's growing in the U.S. In fact, they're on ESPN nearly every race, which is cable. I don't get it. Just so frustrated. It just sucks something you love, and they just running it into the ground. Running it into the ground. And I got other issues with NASCAR. I mean, they could be a functional idiot every fucking week with me, but it would get old after a while. So I try to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, that's all we got for episode 31 of the Functional Idiot podcast. Different format. I liked it more. It's kind of more conversationalist,
Yeah.
rather.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So it's not the same same shit. Like, oh yeah, this guy fucking ran over an old lady in Florida. Surprise, surprise.
Although I mean that shit is still funny though. I mean, it's like if we see that, you still got to bring it up. You know, like.
Grandma got ran over by a crackhead.
Yeah. Or as you said, Grandma got ran over by a fat flock. Yeah, on the jet bridge. Yeah, we could. You still bring up regular stuff like the Iranian president has experienced a hard landing in a helicopter, but we don't know where he's crashed, or I'm sorry, where he had his hard landing. So he's crashed. Just say he's crashed.
Or the Slovakia president almost got assassinated.
Yeah, I saw that too. Well, honestly, if the Iranian president dies, that's no loss. In fact, it's probably a gain for the rest of the world. I'm being honest.
Prime minister, that's who.
Yeah, go do that. Go do that, Kobe, man. So you can follow us on Twitter at Fun Idiot Show. Email us functionalidiotspodcast@gmail.com. Patreon.
Yep.
As Functional Idiots Podcast. Patreon, Patreon. Nothing will go up on the Patreon this week since we didn't have a My Strange Addiction video, but we might have a little something going on in the works for you fellers. You don't worry.
Just to shout out our Patreon. If you join the Patreon, you get access to our Discord, so you can listen in on our live recordings and stuff like that.
And shit talking pre and post show. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, we have fucking rules that are there, so
yeah. Please
follow them. Don't be fucking meat monsters or whatever.
Don't be like retards with cleft lips. All right, come on, be cordial.
And then I think we're still hashing out some of the things in the Discord, but
just bear with us, folks. All right.
Yeah.
So
just fucking bear with it. All right.
So, and until next time, don't be dumb.